The first match of the day will be played on Fighting Spirit, spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the Red Protoss from SK Telecom, nicknamed the Rascal Toss. His name is Parting.
On the right bottom side of the map, the first player from Cj Entus, spawning as Blue Zerg on the right bottom position on new Fighting Spirit. His name is Effort.
It is. So, first match of the day, easy. Actually surprised how quickly we jumped into the game. We weren't ready for that necessarily.
Well, we didn't have the Korean audio for a few seconds, so we couldn't get ready just on time.
But no worries, he handled it quite fine there. Looks like Parting wants to either go for a in-base Forge expand or a Gateway expand. I would not be surprised if we went for the Gateway expand because that's something we see all the time from Parting nowadays.
He loves to do it, so. And actually, it's not a bad build order if you think about it, because on this map, if you try to play a regular Protoss style, then you have to go, excuse me, not regular, but if you go for Forge First Expand or Forge Fast Expand, then you need to go for a 2-base timing push unless you know how to defend the third base. Now, in these positions, Parting is going to have a little bit easier time defending against the third player while taking the third base, and it seems like that's the reason why he's going for the Nexus first.
Looks like it's going to be Nexus first. He can go ahead and do that Forge opening. It's perfectly okay on this map because the choke at your natural, it's pretty small. Small choke.
The only worry that I have for Protoss player is the distance from the natural to the third base.
Alright, and looks like that Nexus is going to go up now. So Nexus begins. We'll have to see if Parting wants the scout early on or not. This probe here, he'll probably just first get up his normal buildings and resources, and look at this Effort going ahead and grabbing his hatchery. His pool almost complete at this point as well. The question is he going to try to punish this early Nexus with some Lings early on, or does he think that Parting can defend against it easily?
Well, the timing does work out for Effort a little bit because he did go for a 14 pull inside the main base instead of a 15 hatch opening. The positioning between the two players is, it's not diagonal position on this map, so Effort, he could try to sneak some Zerglings inside the main base right now. The cannon is up, but the 4 Zerglings are already finished.
Yeah, the Zerglings may actually get over here before Parting can complete his wall here. And he's going to be scouting over to the right position on the map. Effort already knows where his opponent is, so he's sending those units over. Looks like Parting's going to be prepared for this, though. He's got a probe just waiting there, and the probe does scout the Zerglings running by here.
Yeah, well, Parting also knew where his opponent was because of the overlord scouting from Effort, so both players exactly know how they're playing this game, and Effort also trying to play it a little bit safer by taking the third expansion at the 3 o'clock position.
Alright, looks like these Zerglings are going to go ahead and do the run by here. One Ling goes down, and a second falls as well, but there's still 2 out on the field, and this is going to be a little annoying for Parting to deal with here. He's got to micro his probes properly so he doesn't lose any in this situation, and this may slightly mess up with his timings as far as buildings or gas goes.
Yeah, just trying to annoy as long as possible, but Parting also not, pulling too many probes against it.
He's not overreacting too much. Chronoing out a Zealot at this point to deal with those Zerglings eventually, and so far Parting, he hasn't lost anything. That's good. The Zerglings can just be annoying. The Cybernetic score almost complete here, and the third hatchery as well from Effort going to finish up momentarily as well.
Yeah, Effort's actually doing a nice job not losing any single Zerglings while trying to delay the mining time from Parting as much as possible. And as soon as he sees the Zergling, the Zealot inside the main base, he's just going to use the Zerglings to scout around before those get taken out.
And look at this, Effort going to grab his first gas at the third base. Of course, that's because it's a high-yield gas, so that's 3 extra drones that you don't have to tie up in mining gas that you would normally have. So I like the decision that the Zerg players are playing to the map.
Robo behind us for Parting, and Effort, he just droning up at this point, but he is not scouting at the natural base of Parting.
Alright, Stalker out, the Zerglings may head towards that natural, but nope, looks like they are not. The Zealot and Stalker will be able to finish this off, and you know what, with that Robo going up, I am wondering if we're going to see a Soul Train from Parting.
Okay. The Overlord is in perfect position for the Robo at the natural, so Effort just needs to be careful and see what his opponent is going for. If he sees something getting chrono boosted out from the Robo, just stop droning up, get a lot of units out against Parting Soul Train.
Exactly. Alright, we have another Gateway going up, Sentry on the way, we have one Immortal in production here. What do you think, man? What do you think?
It is leading. It is heading towards the Immortal all-in push at this moment. The support gas just being taken at this point.
My question is, when are we going to see that +1 attack start? Because normally it would start around this time as well. All right, we have a Stalker moving across the map here. Going to do a little bit of scouting, running away from that Slow Queen there. And 2 more gateways being popped down here. There we go. The +1 has started here. Warp gate just about to finish. I have a feeling we're going to see this this timing from Parting here.
And Parting does say that as soon as the Heart of the Swarm tournament started, Parting did this build with the Mothership Core, and he was talking about how the push became, you know, a lot stronger than the counterpart in Wings of Liberty because of the Time Warp from the Mothership Core and also the extra damage that the Mothership Core does.
And speaking of Mothership Cores, we don't see any from Parting just yet here. I'm curious if he's going to grab one before this push starts or not. It looks like he'll only have energy for maybe 1 of the Time Warps, potentially 2 if he gets that Mothership Core out pretty soon. But
look at Effort, he's not droning up anymore, he's just getting a lot of roaches right now, so he has a pretty good idea, even allowing the Overseer to get inside the main base and scout how many gateways there are.
I don't think Parting really cares at this point, though. He's done this build so many times, he's not afraid to show his opponent what he's up to. That looks like the Mothership Core finally being built now. 3 gateways about to finish here. That +1 attack getting close to completion here. We have 3 Immortals out. Interesting, we do not have a Warp Prism in this mix, which is something that Parting is known to have.
Well, the build has to be tweaked around a little bit because now you have to spend 100 minerals and 100 gas into Mothership Core before pushing out, so it has to be tweaked a little bit.
And so the wall-off is completing here. Parting warping in a few more Zealots at home. Warp Prism about halfway completed. We have that Probe building a few pylons towards the base of Effort. And, ooh, nice force fields there, sniping out a lot of Zerglings, capturing them there. That death hole of force fields, essentially.
But look at this, a bust at the natural. The pylon almost getting taken out, and the Warping Zealots do not go inside, but the Sentry does block the wall off.
Pretty impressive micro from Parting here. Not losing a single Sentry.
But this also delays Parting's timing push, which means that Effort, he has more time to get the macro hatch down, to get the Spire out, to get more roaches out against this push from Parting.
Parting actually, he started building probes again. Is he going to still go for this attack? He built 2 more. He's building 2 more Stalkers, another Sentry as well. He still has 1 pylon up over here, but he's almost supply blocked. Parting is ahead in supply, something important to note, but these roaches are being really annoying here, and Parting has to have good defense at home to deal with this. That second pylon will go down, it looks like, and unpower that gateway. Parting, is he going to go for it here? He needs the force field off this natural, and the roaches, Effort doesn't care, he's just going for the counter attack. So now Parting decided, that's it, I'm just going to go for the kill here. There's a lot of Spine Crawlers already at the natural of Effort. It looks like he has a pretty good idea how to handle this build, but can he hold on in the long run?
Well, the Spine Crawlers are only going to buy him some time at the main base. He still needs some units to defend against it, and it seems like his answer is going to be Mutas, but those Immortals are still alive and well, tearing apart the Spine Crawlers at the natural.
Let's not forget that Parting also has that Warp Prism in his army. He's got a lot of units up at his main base here that he can use to kind of block off these roaches, and Effort not completely microing the roaches perfectly there. It looks like he's not going to kill off that hatchery. A little bit surprising there, and he could easily get that. We have Mutas on the way now, though, from Effort, and that's the biggest thing to look at here.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that Parting, he knew what was going to happen because the roaches went inside his natural and killed everything. So he's like, well, Effort's trying to buy something to get an extra tech out. I'm going to try to snipe it before Effort can get those units out.
Unfortunately for Parting, though, the Spire is at the 3rd base.
So Effort is going to lose the main base. The natural is still up and well, but he loses the lair. And Parting, all he has to do is, since the Mothership Core is still alive and well, if he tries to get out of there, all he has to do is recall to the main base.
Time warp's
Wait, did they actually get sniped before recall?
It looks like it.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, we still have a good amount of Sentries here and Stalkers for Parting. He's not out of this game yet. The supplies are in the advantage of our Zerg player.
I don't think Parting has a Cybernetic Spore, though.
He doesn't have a Cybernetic Spore. That's right. That means he can only warp in Zealots here. He's going to kill off that natural hatchery. Not many buildings left for Effort here, but he still has the 3rd base up and running. If the Roaches, Lings, and Mutas fight together, and Parting isn't prepared for this, then he could potentially lose. Force fields going down here. The Stalkers, the end, the Sentries, they have to focus on the Mutas exclusively here, or he could end up losing. Drones coming off the mineral line. and it looks like Effort will be able to defend against this pressure here.
Losing the Mothership Core was so crucial. He should have recalled it as soon as he took down the main base by losing every single Immortal and Stalkers. That's going to be it for Parting.
Parting, he still has one base here. Effort is on one base as well, but the supplies so far ahead in our Zerg player's favor.
How can he defend against the Mutas? Yes, he has few cannons at the ramp. He has few Stalkers coming out right now with a new Cybernetic core inside the main base. But that's 9 Mutas right there. 10 Roaches streaming in. And Effort has more drones. He can rebuild the main base and the natural at the same time right now.
He certainly could. Ooh, this is actually pretty smart. There's a lot of Stalkers in this mix here. That's going to definitely scare away Effort's units right now. This could be the one chance that Parting has at coming back in this game here, as long as there's no Overseer. Add it into this army mix. This may force Effort back and make him play more of a macro or safe game, giving Parting some time to rebuild his economy.
Yeah, look at this.
And Effort very afraid here, putting up a lot of spines. So this is a very smart tactic from Parting, and it looks like it's working.
Well, at least Effort didn't GG after seeing the Stalkers.
I think it would have been weird for him to GG in this scenario.
Yeah, well, the hallucinated Stalkers are almost out of time at this point. And there you go. Not going to show it at the last second, but I don't know if Effort actually scouted that.
Uh-oh. All right, well, now that the hallucinated Stalkers are gone, the threat's gone. Effort doesn't even care. He's going to still march towards that natural right there, knowing that his opponent is out of position. We're going to need to see some force fields here, but no force fields are going down. And the Roaches get into the main base. They are kind of stuck in there. Parting is going to go for a base trade, but the problem with that is that there's already a lot of spines at Effort's third expansion, and I think this is going to be the killing blow to our SK Telecom player. Seeing those spine crawlers, that's going to be it for Parting. He's going to be forced the GG out of this game. Effort looking like he's going to have a great start against SK Telecom.
Yeah, he knew what Parting was going for, and the run-by was kind of risky, but it paid off in the end as the Mutas cleaned up every single Immortals. GG.
Effort taking game number